BMW loves to hide features on their cars. For example, you can open or close all of the windows, or you can even remote start your car using the key fob. But did you know that there's also a built-in hidden menu inside your instrument cluster? Now, you might be wondering, why would I ever go into this hidden menu? Well, there isn't really a big reason to do this other than the curiosity, at least for me, but also it's the only way to truly turn off the DSC or the dynamic stability control and to put the car in dyno mode. You can also test the instrument cluster in here, so that's pretty cool. You can test the display and see if everything is working correctly, and you also get to see live data from the vehicle without having a code reader. Now there's a few other cool things in there that I will show you in just a minute. So how do you actually access this menu? Well, first we need to put the car into diagnostics mode. So what I'm going to do without holding the brake is press the start button 3 times very quickly. So 1, 2, 3. It's just going to go through all of its warnings. And there you go. So we have diagnostics mode active. Once everything, all the messages are cleared out, so now that everything's cleared out, we're going to press the BC button and hold it for about 10 to maybe even 15 seconds. So press and hold. I will forward through the holding times, otherwise this video is going to be unnecessarily long. You want to keep holding through this menu. And there you go, you have this main menu pop up, and this is the hidden menu that I'm talking about. Basically, this button is the only way of navigating all of the menus here. And the way it works is that one click, so if you just press it once, that basically scrolls through all the items in here, right? So just like that. And then if you press and hold for approximately 7 to 10 seconds, that will actually confirm or select. So basically short taps for scrolling through, long tap for confirming or selecting. And the process will be similar on other BMWs, but this is specific to the BMW Live Cockpit or the iDrive 7.0 system. If your instrument cluster looks like this, it will work on your car. A very quick warning before we get started: even though this should be completely harmless, I would not recommend changing anything here unless you know what you're doing or are comfortable with the changes that are going to happen to your car. All right, so let's go through each item on this menu, and the first one is identification. And honestly, there's not really much of interesting information in here. I'm going to go in here anyway, so I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds. That's going to be common through the entire menu here. And we're going to see some hardware numbers, as you can see right there. We have the VIN number. It's probably nothing really that you're going to need. So this menu I would just totally skip, but I wanted to show you what it actually shows once you're in it. But anyway, the second one is system test, and this one is actually pretty cool. This will test the instrument cluster display as well as the hazards and a few other items. So let's see what it looks like. And there you go. So after 10 seconds, it's asking us if we would like to start the test. So just give it a simple press, and then there you go. So now it's going through all of the pixels. All the pixels are lit up to make sure all the parts of the screen are working correctly. And that's it. Now the next item is chassis dyno. This one is really cool. This will fully disable DSC or the dynamic stability control, and it might also perform other actions to prepare your car for a dyno. I'm gonna press just once. There you go. So it's telling me that we are in test mode. So you can see all of those control messages showed up in here, and it's pretty cool. You get to experience the car without any of the safety stuff. Obviously this mode cannot be used on public roads, but you know, if you want to go in a parking lot when it's snowing or on a private land, or you're doing a dyno on the car, this is the way to do it. The next one for us is showroom mode. This one is also very interesting and kind of easy to turn on and off. So what this will do is put the car into a quote-unquote virtual journey so that you can experience what it would be like driving the car. It's mostly animations in the center console area, heads-up display, and just highlights vehicles, features, and technologies. Press and hold once again for like 10 seconds, and the screen disappears. All right, so we have the showroom mode enabled. Now we're going to go to settings, then we're going to go to general settings and find showroom mode. We're going to click on that, and now we can press simulation on displays. And now if we head over this way, as you can see, it's going to basically simulate you driving. So you don't have to go driving, switch to different modes and all that stuff. It's just showing you everything and how it works. And well, it's going to be very hard to see, but the heads-up display is doing the same thing. That's what it looks like if you're approaching somebody quickly or somebody cuts you off.
The system shows you the current speed limit in the instrument cluster. When another vehicle is detected, the system automatically adjusts the high beams to avoid blinding the other driver.
So the next one is this init BC comma range. This one's a little bit strange, but basically what it can do is reset the values for vehicle consumption averages. As you can see, I just did that, and all of the values have been reset. So now when you drive the car, it's gonna be like brand new and show the calculations based on how you drive and not from a previous owner. All right, so the last item on the list is the service brake system. And here you go. This is what we can do from here. We can service brake fluid, we can do service for the brakes, and we can actually do the initialization for the brakes. So you know those maintenance modes that you need a scanner for normally? Well, you can do that from here. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't know the BMW had this, especially on the newer BMWs, because this was not available, for example, on the F10 BMW 550 that I had in the past. All right, so we have gone through all of the items on the main menu list, but you'll notice there's this unlock item all the way at the end. So let's unlock the menu and see what other options show up. And the way to unlock this is to hold for 10 seconds, once again, as always, and then you have to enter the code. The code is going to be the last 5 digits of your VIN added together. For example, if your VIN ends in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you would add those 5 digits together, and the code would be 15 because that's the sum of those numbers. In my case, it's going to be 28. So I'm going to go to 28, and then I'm going to press and hold for another 10 or so seconds until it is unlocked. All right, there you go. And now we have a few more options. We have tank, we have temperature, and we have BC and then a 0 with a slash through it. Let's go to tank and see what that actually is. So what is it? Well, this is basically the measurement of gas in your gas tank. So we have the left gas tank and we have the right gas tank, and those are the ohm readings from the sensors. Yes, this vehicle has 2 gas tanks. So you can see if each of the sensors is working in both of the tanks. You can also see the amount of liters, so amount of fuel left in each tank. And there you go, you have the total, so you have 30.5 liters in the gas tank. All right, the next one is temperature. So we have oxygen temperature sensor, we have coolant temp, which is 36, and oil temp. So very useful information, stuff that you're not gonna see actually in the main menu because BMW thinks it's too technical, but if you do need to see this information, that's super, super helpful. Why? I used to have a BMW 335 with the N54 engine, and my coolant pump went out. But this actually still showed that the car was fine. It wasn't overheating. Why? Well, because the oil wasn't hot enough, but the coolant was actually reaching really high temperatures. So at that time, I pulled over, looked into this information, and I saw that the temperature difference was huge. The coolant was really, really hot, and the oil temp wasn't as hot. So that helped me prevent getting the car super overheated and damaging the engine. All right, and the last item is this BC-0. Let's go in. So remember how we went into the init BC comma range option and we did a reset? Well, that basically reset all of these values. So the liters counter, and this is the averages because that symbol indicates averages, the time counter, the distance counter, and the kilowatt hour counter. This one is super important if you have an electric car. So for example, in my BMW i3, this will show the capacity of the battery that's left. So if you want to quickly evaluate the health of the battery, that's a good way to do it. So if you have one of the newer BMWs that's a hybrid or it's fully electric, this information is super valuable. It's not the most accurate because to get the most accurate information on the electric battery would be to run a full test, which takes hours or days, but this would be a good indicator. Well guys, that's pretty much it on this hidden menu. I know this has been on BMWs for years, but for those people that are newer to BMWs, I think this is a cool find, especially if you like nerding out about cars like I do and look into all the little things that most people don't. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel for a lot more BMW content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.